Hi, and welcome back to another Katie Creates. Real quick, before I get too far into this video, I wanted to talk about Inktober. I am taking part in Inktober, and what I'm going to do is make all of the Inktober drawings into one video where I can talk about it. My hope is to put it out on the 31st, on Halloween, but I don't know how things will go, so if it doesn't happen, don't worry, it'll still be posted later on. Anyways, back to the video now. Today, there's something I've been wanting to learn, and that's how to use oil pastels. I've never been taught to use them. I only used them once, and that was like in first grade, and my teacher told me that it was basically crayons. And so we just drew pumpkins. So today, in honor of that drawing, I will be recreating it. Except I don't remember what it looked like. And yeah, sorry about that. I have two oil pastels. One's Crayola, the other one is a more expensive brand. Today I'm going to use Crayola so that way I don't have to use and waste a very expensive product. I've had this box sitting around for like at least a good 2 years or so, and I've never used it. But today we're finally using it. Yay! You know, me and Crayola, we go way back. I'm talking like childhood way back, you know? I use Crayola for everything. Watercolored, colored pencils, markers. It was my favorite. I loved it. That was until one day, my mom bought me Prisma colored pencils. And then I got alcohol markers. And then I got some really cool water paint. And then neon markers. That really opened my eyes and made me realize there are so much better products to use than Crayola. Let me get something clear. Crayola is not a bad brand. I'm not saying that. But when you compare Crayola colored pencils to Prisma colored pencils, it just does not compare, okay? Crayola, I think it's a good brand for like starting off. It's great. And trust me, there's even worse brands than Crayola. I know, because I still have colored pencils that don't even have a brand name. It just says colored pencils on the packaging. And it's so bad. But I'm used to Crayola. I'm used to using products. Except for oil pastels. I've never used that for them. And I gotta say, it's not fun to work with. Coloring in is just fine, okay? But then when you notice some of these black parts, I try to go over them and it scrapes off what you just colored. So then you're revealing even more black. So now you have to figure out a way to cover it up. But when you try to, it scrapes it off. So now you're just left with an empty black spot on your page and you're trying to cover it up so hard. It's very interesting because you can't layer the same color quite well. But when you use other colors to lay over, it's fine. Up until you use the same color. Which is weird. Maybe oil pastels are just like that, but I don't think they would though, because that just doesn't make sense. I looked up some stuff about oil pastels, and you are able to blend it a little bit with like a paper towel or something. So I got one of those, and I went to blend a little bit, and it completely scraped off my entire drawing. So you can't blend with paper towels or whatever you use, you just can't. I tried with my finger and it just like peeled off. Like it was, you know, like when you erase something and you have those like little eraser buds, that's what that did when I used my finger to blend. So the only way to blend is just with your pastels, which is fine, you can do that. But I just wanted to try blending with seeing how the blend would work with other things. It did not go well. it just did not. However, it showed up really great and amazing on black paper. I was genuinely surprised by it, because I did not think it would show up that great, but it did. It turned out really good on black paper, and I'm really happy with it. Ultimately, it came out a really good drawing, and I'm really happy with it. And despite the struggles I had with it, I still think it's great. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. There's some things that need to be fixed about it, but now they could have updated this product because, like I said, I had it laying around for like the past 2 years, so it's possible that they updated it and maybe those problems are fixed now, so, but I don't know. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. Oh yeah, and you won't see me draw the stem or the leaves of the pumpkin because my original camera I used for recording died. So I used another camera. One I don't really use for videos, it's mainly for taking pictures. What I forgot about this camera is that it will stop recording at 29 minutes and it will not make a sound or notify you that it had stopped recording. So I was drawing and I finished and I was like, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be a great video, great recording. I go back and see that my camera's been turned off and I'm like, what? I know I recorded it. I know I started it. It said recording. And I opened it and I realized it only records 29 minutes and then it stops. So I'm really sorry about that. But you honestly probably didn't really miss that much of it. I mean, coloring in the pumpkin itself took up the most time, so you didn't miss much. It's fine. And here's the final product. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, or even better, you can subscribe, and it's free to do. Wow! Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!